I'll do.
Okay, trying this again. So during my earlier stream, I did actually get presented with the crash. My computer, just like before, error, critical error, kernel 41, and WHEA event ID 18. Just like I've been experiencing the last few days. I've literally replaced my entire computer so far. My graphics card, I replaced it this morning. I had a warranty on, just walked right in the Micro Center and walked right back out with the new one. That easy, got me another warranty on it, so I'll be able to do it again in the future. Not tomorrow or tonight. But I was able to play Halo. Right after that, I was able to do this stream, and I was gonna start to try coding. I was working on a summary, but that that ended up not working out like I had wanted. Because it crashed. So I found some software, and I don't remember exactly what it was called though, but it was scanning all the cores. I think it started with like core 0 and then the last one, and then it went to go start another core. I think it was like core 4. I think, but I sent a picture to my brother, but whew, it was scanning a core and it errored out. So I guess hopefully the last piece of hardware that failed was that CPU. I took it out, went back to Micro Center, bought me a whole brand new one. My wife is gonna kill me because these are 59 Ryzen 9 5950Xs. Oh my god! So got that new CPU back in there. Got some more thermal paste. Every re- rechecked everything, reseated everything. If it happens again, the only things I have left to replace in my computer is my motherboard and my RAM. Those are the only things left in there that I have to replace. If if there's another crash. I mean, like literally, did I experience a surge or something like a month ago, and everything just starts crashing? It's weird, really weird. I even have this beast hooked up to a huge battery pack surge protectors, and yeah, I've had to use it several times. Because while sleeping, the wife would wake me up because she doesn't understand that when we lose electricity in the house, this battery backup beeps to let us know. But I'm pretty sure there's been times where I've even woken up, just half asleep, have heard it, and then just fallen right back to sleep. There's probably times where we've lost power, woken up in the middle of the night thinking nothing of it, and then falling back to sleep, and then it drains out a battery, and it just dies. So who knows what happened? But yeah, so power supply, my storage, which was an M.2 drive, um, Those were both replaced. Graphics card replaced. CPU replaced. Hopefully that's the only thing left that has to be replaced. And then I can start like actually working on these streams so I can be able to either play games again or start like coding on this project I'm trying to rewrite. It's just, whew, hopefully that's it. This kind of like stressing me out a little bit. All right, so to go where I left off, I was writing some notes. Went ahead and wrote up the summary. Um, this is the Trello board from my first iteration of this project about a couple years ago. And here's my new board on Trello for my reiteration, rewrite, whatever you want to call it. And this is also I, as an entry level Java developer, and see how much I've learned over the last couple of years. And create last project from Java 11, Java 17. Pretty sure it's on an older version of Gradle, an older version of Spring Boot. So I'm gonna work on transferring everything over. I know there's gonna be some initiations, stuff that's going to have to be rewritten, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for, so I can basically just figure it out. I actually find enjoying sometimes writing it up from scratch. I lack the experience in that. Uh, that's actually kind of hard for me. I know it could. I know when I first did this first iteration right here, and when I did all this, I think it took me like three 3 months just to get a nice demo show up. But all I did was like a demo. The populator had everything populated where I wanted it to be, how I wanted it demoed. And I took it to, see, this is a cemetery app. I even took it to a cemetery and showed it to them to get some feedback. And whew, good thing I wasn't trying to sell it, because man, those ice daggers, man, never experienced that before. But I ended up getting hired onto a job after that, and then they focused on PhD. But anyways, enough of that rant. Go ahead and continue. So basically, where I left off, I am just writing out some cards here. I can do everything in small iterations at a time. So I can. This is basically to mimic the branches from my repository. Right now, go ahead and let's see, go to my other screen. I don't want to go into my, and it'd be like, oh, hey, here's all kinds of like stuff people probably should. I'll bring it over. Already logged in. So I had already, I created this last night. I got the initial commit out there, set up. But yeah, these are going to represent my branches because I don't want to do everything in my master branch. I'm going to create new branches and pull them and merge them master every time I finish one of these. So last time I think it was like, I looked at it early. But when I looked at the repository for on Cemetery app, it had, I think, 12 iteration branches. So I'm gonna write out 12 of these, and I'm gonna go through them all and fill them out. And hopefully, as I'm rewriting them in here, I can start thinking of more things that goes, why did I do this? How does this make sense? And if there's anything I can do, I can't think typing. Just see if there's anything I can do to improve. Like earlier, right before my crash, I was on iteration 4 and I was writing out this and I was thinking to myself out loud about about this portion right here for like this military, because if I throw all these in there, if I remember correctly, I had, well, I only have one constructor. So many projects. I don't have so many projects. This is just one. All of this is part of one. I guess you can say these are like mini projects. Because look here, I'll show you real quick. All those right there basically mimic all of this. It's just a breakdown of all these right here. Those 4 files, these 4 files, these 3 files, that file, all of this stuff, the tests. Like this right here, I think took like 3 months to write out. It's like by far not finished. Speaking of projects, they're friggin' little miss. How's your project coming along, huh? Are are you working on your stream? You watching videos to figure out how you can uh figure out why your console to your Elgato to your computer isn't working together? Budge, it's exactly what I thought. Lacking. All right, now you made me forget. I gotta go back. I'm 5. Whew. All right, five, five, five. Oh, right here. So these were refactoring. 5, 7. Oh, because okay. Apparently I'm just 7, 6. Huh. Apparently I don't know how to count. I completely skipped 6. So have you learned anything while messing around with your hardware, trying to figure out why it's not working? My guy can't spell either. Basically, all I'm doing mimicking. Uh, Try swapping around your cables too. Like connect all your cables just from the console to a monitor and make sure all your cables are actually good. That's something I was thinking about. Um, okay, so I did watch. I'll skip this for a second. So, train of thought. I was watching parts of that YouTube video last night, and it was talking about how there's an HDMI in and an HDMI out. I don't know what your device looks like, but going off the device they were showing in that video, the console goes into the HDMI in, and then HDMI out. They were having that go into a TV. So, huh, try doing this. Try having, instead of going from the console to the box to your monitor or TV, are you having it go from the TV to the computer or the box to the computer? You might need to play around with different types of things, see if your computer picks it up. But you may need to set it to, well, you may need to play with it, figure out if you need to set it to the screen or set it to the box while you're at it. As I think about that. Or or if there's two HDMI outs, figure out if one of them is primary and maybe have the console to HDMI in, a primary HDMI out to the actual shooter, and then maybe another HDMI out to your screen. I don't know what your device looks like, so I'm only thinking. It's my imagination. Oh shit! Here's the sixth iteration. I just completely skipped it. I am an idiot. Okay, but anyways, fifth. Back to test and all six. June start of my front. Got here. Gate, main page. Gate. CSS3. That is the one thing I hate, especially when you're trying to build it more towards mobile or tablet devices. So you have to like, oh my god, you gotta know like how things work just so it oh man, it's like mobile devices, then tablet devices, then screen. What am I working on? I am working on a little project. So when I go start applying for developer jobs, I'm gonna go apply it again as an entry level developer because I don't feel like my skill just there yet to be considered a junior developer. So when I go start applying for jobs again, it's gonna be nice for me to be able to walk in there with my laptop, be like, I have a demo to present to them with paperwork showing them because what I plan on doing is, demoing to them my own project. But I don't want to demo to them my own project from about 2, 3 years ago when I may not know much about it now. So basically, what I'm doing is rewriting that entire program. I'm just doing documentation first, so I can start like brainstorming. And then when I do actually hit the code, which I'll show you, which basically be all this stuff right here, which would basically be all this stuff right here, and also be able to show them that I know how to do what we call tests, which basically it's like, hey, does this function work? Well, let's test it out and see if it actually works. And an example of a passing test, like this right here, it's like it's initializing the tests, and then it's going to go through the process, and then it's going through everything one by one, and all these green check marks are all individual functions, and it's basically like, hey, did it did it pass this test? For example, right here, these are tests. These are confusing as hell. Very confusing. I barely even still understand these damn tests myself. I just know that when you write it out, if it passed that test that very first time, what the hell is actually wrong? Because what you want it to do is actually fail the first time so you can go back in and fix it. If it passes the first time, that's suspicious. But considering I'm actually going to be rewriting these tests and rewriting all these codes, it's basically just going to be everything will most likely pass on the first try. However, I am currently, so the last like 2.5, 3 years ago, when I first wrote this out, it was on Java version 11. All the way now, fast forward in time, we're now on Java 17. So between Java 11 and Java 17, there's most likely going to be some code that's been depreciated. So when I go write it out again, it's going to, or it's probably or should gonna break. So then I'm gonna have to figure out and research these, practice my Google flu, and use my IDE to figure out how to rewrite that code so it can actually work again, and then hopefully be able to test it. And then if the test passes, then I'm gonna be suspicious. So then let's make it a check mark so I can think. Should basic should we style? Okay, well, okay. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing. So that's what like this page right here for is too. I have one kind of similar on. I'll end up transferring this too over to here. So like where it says this add a readme, I'll eventually add that on there too, just so like I can have it on there. But I'm writing everything up over here first so I can transfer it and then having something like this. Of course, though, mine just looks like a blob of text. I plan on reading more about the markup language for the files so I can have it look a lot more. It could be like eye candy. But I'm also creating a notes page. So basically, as I'm thinking, I can just jot down notes as well as if something I write transfers over correctly, I won't make any note of it. However, if I transfer over some code and it breaks, I have to rewrite it and find out exactly why, and I have to rewrite it differently because of depreciations, etc. Then I'm gonna make note of that. So when I do go interview for a job and I demo them and they ask me if I ran into any type of complications, I can pull up this Google Docs and be like, yes, I did run into some complications. Here was the complication. This is the issue. Here was my solution to getting around it. Test failed, then the test passed. So that way, if I just go to an employer and be like, yeah, I'm an entry level developer, they're gonna be like, well, have you done any work? And I can go, well, yeah, I did this, and then they go ask me, well, questions like, did you have any complications? How'd you get around this? Was anything you thought about? If it was anything hard? I can have an entire documentation to go over with. Otherwise, I'm not gonna remember everything because like one thing I've learned as an entry level dev is when it comes to coding, somebody may ask you to fix a simple function like 3 to 5 lines. Like you might get asked to fix something simple. A month goes by. Somebody goes to ask you about it. You're not going to remember it. Not unless you got like, you're one of those people that's so damn book smart and you got that, what they call it, that photographic memory where you memorize like everything. Yeah, I definitely ain't got one of those. However, I am the type of person, since I am so forgetful, if I do go work on something, at least I can make notes on it. And this will also show them that I am capable of actually taking notes. And I can generate my own archive of notes. So, in like, say, if something breaks and they look it up and saw that I worked on it, then like a year or even not even 6 months, like maybe like 3 months or 2 months, something breaks, yeah, I'll have committed code that has like a little detail paragraph or summary that's short, sweet, and simple that tells exactly what I did. But I'll have my own archive of notes that goes into detail about exactly what I did and how it was and how I went about it and stuff. And that's basically also what I'm trying to practice. That's the whole point of all of this. Iteration 7. Oh, and while I'm doing this, if you keep coming back to my stream and watching it, ask me questions about, especially when I start coding, about what something means. I'll go over it with you too, because that way you can learn as well. And that way it starts building up your own little personal confidence. So if you ever want to make a career move and get into coding, you won't be like you'll be scared, but you won't be like have like an entire like friggin' you like enterprise like trying to hide behind or something as a shield. That way, if you ever want to get the courage to go to your own coding boot camp or something, then you at least will know what you're walking in. That's if my computer doesn't crashes. Ah, shit. Ah. I'm over here knocking on my wood desk. I'm crossing toes. I'm crossing fingers. Punching the black cat. No, I'm not really punching my black cat. Bite the shit out of me. Okay. Like I did all kinds of weird shit on this. Holy. Like, here's a good example. I have no clue what I even did during that shit. Let's see here. Okay. Limitation. Checklist. All right. At timely. Eight. Now, once I actually start getting to the coding and I get to this point and it all starts to come together, to me anyways, it's actually really sweet. I don't know why I keep looking over here. The camera's like right there. That should be better. Got a regular add MV. Sorry. Controller D. Make controllers control separate classes. What the hell did I mean? See, this is another good example. What the hell does this mean? I have no clue. Let me read over these and see what all it says. Created the cemetery section to show great section, but issues with the back end to the front end, but I have now forward after some clean editing. Discovered reason for failing test. Well, what the hell was it? God, I'm so unknown errors have been shit. So the controller has made through testing. On top of that, take back end press control. Understood how to one another timely. Oh no, what did I mean? So glad these have timestamps because I'm curious about this. What was this? Let's go see if I can figure out what I was talking about. This is exactly why I don't delete. Yeah, this was 3 years ago. I see. So Faye, if you're still watching, these right here are known as commits. This is when you work on something, even no matter how small it is. If you change a word and it may not seem important, but if you save it and before you go do anything like run another test or go work on something else, sometimes even just changing that one word, you just save it and exactly what you changed. Oh come on, these aren't. Why isn't this? Why can't they be times? Man. Oh my god, just gives us a date, no time. Oh, I wonder if this is when I was taking it from the rest controller. All I said was my. It is the gravesite west. Back, 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 back. Let's see. Change gravesites and change it. West map. Spent 4 days working on that. Oh yeah, so this was like in the third. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I wasn't there. Stupid ass. Okay. Would have been one of the. It's probably this one. Time leave put on hold. Copy shit. Let's see. I wonder. At the time waited. I've already. Probably. So it's probably gonna be like whatever. Okay. Go back over here. Action card. Hey, controller. Who was it? Whatever I meant here. See. Change. Oh my god, my nose. If I remember. Alright, 8th iteration. Over here on the ah. Oh, that's activity. God damn it. Boom. For single. For multi. Alright. Cover. Back end. Niner. So at least the cool thing that I do with these is even though, like right here, I'm not going to know what it means. Updating control. I had a regular control. I do have, I keep track of all that in our own cards. So basically, what I would do is, as I'm working on the 7th iteration stuff, I will say, like, I'll take the 7th iteration card and it'll stay in my backlog. And my other cards, 4 cards, also be in my backlog. I'll just put them over in progress and work on them one at a time. If I get stuck on any of them, slide them over here into this progress blockers. Still currently working on them, just stuck at them. And then when I'm finished, I'll move all the cards over to this review section. Then when I'm finished with everything in my backlog, then I'll take that, like that 7th iteration, and I'll drag it over to the review. I'll go through and review everything one by one. Then I'll drag 7th iteration. I'll drag each card individually down until I'm empty. Nine. What did I say here? Back and work correctly now. Timely. Should we say? Iteration will focus. Tag and tag. Yeah. Just gonna. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just try to some. Well, I turned my headset off and back on again. It's the battery high, so. Oh my god, I'm yawning now. Shit. See the link between Time Leaf and material section. God, I can't type either. Should function as X is on auto. Or if there's an yeah, just wants to take my extra E, damn it. I want that extra E. I want it to be the, not duh. Oh my god. I'm over here yawning. Oh, like slap, slap. Reach over here for my rubber ankle so I can go, wake me up, wake me up. And usually when I do code and stuff like that and I work on it, I usually like listen to music and stuff in the background. However, so I can actually figure out if those audio settings for Twitch Studio. I bet you started yawning first, and that's why I'm yawning. I bet that's why it is. Gosh. But I can figure it out, and I may actually like play some songs on here while I work on my coding and talking and stuff. Hopefully, if I can set it up correctly, so I don't get a copyright strike. Oh my god. Checklist. All right. Okay. Keep wanting to say temp. See, I have this marked as important. Just add another. Also have another objective marked as important. Shit. Check it. Oh, to the gravesite class. That makes. This one's to the Israelites. I'll go. God damn it. Okay. Add an item. I have this marked as. See here. Add. How the hell did I even manage? Okay. I have notes that I could not add the coordinates if I wanted to. So we're gonna make a note. Research. That's if I couldn't figure it out yet. How to add GPS coordinates. Float, double or string. Ah. And utilize. Boop. How do I attachment? Card. Huh. Oh, I bet we could. I bet I used to be able to do that. Make it into. I bet now they have it to where if you want to do that, you need to shit. So here's what we do. Cheat. What? I mean, at least it pops up. Whatever. Okay, that card's done. Okay, this is gonna be the Create text. This. And optional. Oh, create a sample site. I actually did that. Match color scheme. Oh, match the color scheme. Match the actual color scheme. So this is the official Elon Cemetery website, and I think this one's actually new. And these are the guys who I went showed them what I was making advice. But one guy gave me some business advice because he wanted to know how we could probably turn it into business to actually make money off. And I actually kind of so I ended up trying to do any money at trying to do anything because if they had liked it and they wanted it, I was just gonna give it to them so they could have it. Just reference me, like do some volunteer help keep updates to it or something. Guy was like, "How can we monetize it?" And I'm like, "Peace." Official. And I'll say, I can actually. So when I go to rewrite this, I actually plan on like implementing like a user login, for, like admin purposes, regular. Not sure what. I haven't thought about it yet. At least a user does. More people get buried there. Just sit there and apparently people are just lazy and they don't want to know how to do the coding part to upload the actual code. They want to be able to just sit there and just fill in boxes. Like, or just. But yeah, that was like a piece of advice that they had given me was a user login for admin role actually upload. Now Up. Factor. Allah. I just had this as I wonder if I meant like as I create out the cards. I mean, I kind of know what I'm talking. I'm pretty sure I have it set up to where on one page, multiple different people that or grave sites, tombstones that you can select from as you hover over it. Should make it pop out, stick out. I'm sure that's what. Add background. Probably yeah, it's probably exactly. Add modeling. Note to self: I am not fond of JavaScript, primarily because I was mainly taught Java. Every time I went to try to learn JavaScript, like my head just couldn't compute it. I would have to like work with somebody, some peer programming, work with somebody, to actually get around it. Otherwise, like even during my coding boot camp, we did like JavaScript. I think for like a half a day. It was just for like certain things, just certain things. Modeling. So when you go click on an image, like it pops up, like they call it a model, like it pops up. That was using a J. That was using JavaScript and jQuery. I think a lot of sites are getting query, so I think I'm not sure how I did it 3 years. I don't know if I did the jQuery route, where I used it with jQuery, if I did it without. Huh. Something to think about when I get to that. Ooh, ooh, all right. I think that's all I had. Why did this one happen? Oh, I'll add it to optional we learn of a way to optional. Mode. I don't know about some people, but I really prefer a lot of things. Guess I wish I could change it all to dark mode, but I had to find me like insurance. This is dark mode. It's like too bright. Like, look at my camera. If you look at me, it's like maybe it's because I have 4K monitors. I don't know, but when on a site that's dark mode, go to another site, watch how much like brightness there. Holy shit! Good God! Like gives me like a whole backlit almost. That shit hurts my eyes. Even with my friggin' room light on. Oh my God! Dark screens. Woo! Oh my God! I feel blinded. Okay. So this has been started. I think this is all the documentation I'm starting with. I'll probably actually start writing actual code tomorrow. I do want to play some, and I gotta remember now. Ooh, I know. I will demonstrate project. Maybe up there. Guess I don't. Right. Oh my God, so bad. Oh, I think I gotta run it. Let me see if. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. I know what I'm gonna do. See, it's been like so long since I played around with it. I think I actually gotta run the program, and then it's all gonna and it work. Should this would be interesting? See if I can figure this out. Bring this back. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna run. See if it breaks. I just reinstalled all my stuff, so I don't know if it's gonna run or if I'm gonna have to like put on a server or something. The connection to look check that the correct and the ah, that'd have been so sweet if it ran. Is it running? Aw, application. I'm gonna move this over here just if there's any IPs. popping up on that screen. I want someone to go on my stream and find like, oh, DDoS attacking this son of a bitch. Back to profile set, falling back to profiles default. DevTools property defaults active. Uh, Starting server. Tomcat. Oh, okay. Starting server engine. Apache Tom. The hell is that connection to localhost 4050? Huh. I had no damn. But let's see if it works now. Nope. That sure didn't work. Not find Chrome. Well, that's because Chrome's not in. It's Firefox. So I probably should have them in. So I can use. Well, I don't really need. Try and figure. So run popping up. Huh. Oh. Oh. Did it work? Did it actually work? No. Shit. Where the hell is it going here? I don't care why it's not actually completely working. Hey, I don't know. Apparently that's what I have it set to. Hey, Faye, you there? Shit. God. No, no, you're fine. I was gonna say, before I end this coding stream of mine on my test stream, I'll show you like what it was like, what everything turns into. I am gonna actually gonna like this is this should. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna try to make it look a lot better than this as I remake it, but this is actually what I created about 3 years ago. And this is one of our biggest cemeteries in the city of Columbus. It's called Greenlawn Cemetery. Well, a lot of people, it's actually huge. A lot of people actually go here and teach people how to drive because these are all like little winding roads. I even like took like when my wife came to the States, she allowed to learn how to start driving. I actually even brought her here so she can learn how to start driving. But anyways, this gravesite, well, this cemetery is massive. And I'm not sure about how their website is now, but it was kind of hard to find people. Like, even if I wanted to know where my own relatives were, I don't remember. Like, I don't remember exactly where they're at. I just know they're over here in these sections over here. Like, I think I got a grandma that's like, but they actually have. I got a copy of it once before. They have all these plots as individual sections and have it broken down to like thing. But yeah, this is what I got it broken down to. Was like sections. This would be like all the different. So this would be like all the different types of tombstones of people that were are rest in these sections. This one's my grandma's, and these are all like my little fake placeholders. I actually built out my grandma's on. This one's hers. And like you can click on the picture. This is what a model is, and a lot of places they make you go over here and click on the extras or something. I have to wait because awesome. But when you go to the actual person, it actually brings up like a small biography, stuff like that, like breaks everything down. Then, see, and this is what I got a kick out of. This is what I worked on. So, if I was able to get somebody like a cemetery to actually accept this, they'd have to have somebody go to each and every gravesite and mark it actual location. But if I come onto my grandma's and click this location, it should work. There we go. So it brings up Google Maps with the coordinates. Get your uh, latitude and longitude. It shows exactly where my grandma. That's what I was working on. Now, when I was talking with these one guys at the cemetery about any type of advice, et cetera, like that, they actually, and I am definitely going after this idea, would be to work with either one or two third parties to create. I guess this is where I'm gonna try and work with the login as well, or even do it as an anonymous, to where you can have like a flower or something where you click on an image of a flower and obviously like put in all your personal details and shit and like purchase a flower for that gravesite. So somebody from like what's a good popular one after like Flower Rama or something, so they can actually like you purchase a flower from Flower Rama, they like automatically go out there and put it out there. Cause it's like imagine how many like people want to go out there to their loved one every year on their anniversaries or something, specific holidays, give them flowers, but they can't be there every year. So you can just go online, click, boom, have someone go out there and put it on there for you. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is basically what I'm rewriting right here. So like all that lines of code, all those different files, and I basically have like these pages, 4 pages. Yeah, that's how that's gonna turn out. I'm surprised I Oh man, that was fun. That was exciting. Now I know where I'm gonna where I be like in my stream. Before I do anything, take this first iteration, bring it over to my backlog, start off tomorrow. And whew, documentation, documentation. That out. Like my desktop background. All right, so yeah, that's where I'm ending this stream right now. Um, I am so paranoid that any second, boom, restart. I am that paranoid right now. God. But yeah, everybody that's here watching, thanks for hanging out. I will most likely be back later for some games. That was a fun time doing that. But this what I've learned with coding, you know, writing out a bunch of documentation before actually hitting the code actually kind of helps as you start writing it out. Uh, it helps. All right, peace, guys.